Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
7:37 here on a busy Thursday morning in your nation's capital. It's O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor, that's me, and Julie Gunlock, that's that lady over there. Hey, Julie, good morning.
Good morning.
Coming up at 8:05, KT McFarland will join us latest on NATO and the Middle East. And at 8:35, Miranda Devine, again on this exclusive she's got at the New York Post, about how ICE has already rescued thousands of children lost in the system who had crossed our border illegally and then got, disappeared by the Biden administration. That's coming up. Joining us right now, though, Bethany Mandel, friend of the program. Julie, we often say this is a friend of the program. A friend of the program means somebody that we have on the air. Sometimes they co-host with us. Sometimes they're fill-ins. And they have something in common. They're good, they're smart, they're funny, they're warriors, and in many respects, they're winners. And Bethany Mandel, bona fide winner today, along with Matt Foldy. Bethany and Matt Foldy, friend of the program, were both the plaintiffs in a lawsuit against the Montgomery County Public School System. And congratulations, Bethany, on winning a settlement along with your friends at America First Legal. Well done, you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us. I wish it didn't get to this point. So what happened was two things, actually. The first was that during the debate over the LGBT books that were forced upon religious parents and all parents in Montgomery County, I just want to jump in.
I want to remind everybody the LGBT books were put into the school system against your wishes, and you were not allowed to opt out. Not one parent was allowed to say, "Do not include my children in this." It was unprecedented. Okay, and go ahead, Bethany.
The Supreme Court is hearing the case. We could hear the results today, which would be crazy. It would be a real 1-2 punch to Montgomery County Public Schools. But so they knew my viewpoint, they knew Matt Foldy's viewpoint, and they locked us out of the school board meeting that was there to discuss this decision. So that was number one. Number two sounds kind of silly, but MCPS they nuked it. They had a Twitter account, MCPS Pride, where they talked about everything that they were doing. And I, as a journalist, followed it because it was very helpful information to keep tabs on. And they knew that, and they blocked me. And so that was a violation of my First Amendment right. It was viewpoint discrimination. And so for America's First Legal approached Matt and I and said, we think we have a case. And we're like, yeah, we do too. We didn't even know where to start. So thank you for coming to us. And, America's First Legal, I have to put a huge plug out there, did incredible work and pushed MCPS every step of the way. I'm not a litigious person, although now that I have the settlement, maybe I'll become one. But
Hey, that's a good side gig right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I don't know. But maybe I could sue everyone that blocks me on Twitter. I would be a millionaire. Anyway, I digress.
But just to be fair, Bethany, a lot of people block you not because of First Amendment reasons. It's just because you're kind of a pain in the butt.
They don't like me. It's fair. But you can't block me as a public official.
But Bethany, we're seeing this kind of stuff, especially in Loudoun County, where they turn the mics off, where they turn the cameras off, and Fairfax as well. This is enormously impactful for all of these sort of rogue and very political and activist school boards that do this kind of. Do you think this will have a chilling effect on these school boards who are activists?
I do. I mean, I'm happy to with America's First Legal, just go around to all these different school board meetings and then start lawsuits, or they'll find other plaintiffs that are local in those places. Again, I'm litigious.
I love that this is your new hobby.
This is how I'm going to pay for summer camp. This is how I paid for summer camp this year. But
with your gaggle of Mandel children, you're going to have to do that.
It is expensive.
Real fast. Did they have to admit? Did Montgomery County Public Schools have to admit their wrongdoing, or is this just sort of a here's your money, go away kind of thing?
I mean, the fact that they gave us a 6-figure settlement, I feel like speaks for itself. And it sends a message to all of these school board members, because their insurance company, by the way, is now knocking on their door saying, we don't want to keep having to do this, and we would like you to behave in a professional manner. so that we can avoid these lawsuits in the future. And I think that other school boards, especially the local ones who, are clued into what happens here, are saying, ooh, we don't want Matt Foldy and Bethany Mandel coming to our meetings. And, hopefully behaving appropriately. Or again, I'll be there with America's First Legal.
Yeah. And let's just be clear. They don't want Bethany Mandel and Matt Foldy to come to their meetings. They're, by the way, both tax-paying residents of Montgomery County, number one.
Right.
But number two, journalists. Yes, a journalist with an opinion, but that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not journalists in good standing. And this is the pro-democracy crowd. This is the pro-freedom of the press crowd. And it seems to me, Bethany Mandel, that when a government entity has to exclude people who disagree with their opinions from being able to listen to a public meeting or participate in a public meeting, it tells me that even they know their position is wrong and it can't stand up to 100%. Scrutiny.
I mean, they're about to find that out of the Supreme Court. They're gonna get their what's handed to them in a very short order from the Supreme Court. So that's absolutely true. No, but I mean, I didn't understand then, and I don't understand now, the Democracy Dies in Darkness crowd. Where are they? Because they should be cheering this decision. They're rah-rah First Amendment. I would love to see the Washington Post coverage of this decision. It's a local story, Democracy Dies in Darkness. I would like to see their local coverage of America First legal victory for us.
Forgive me, but I just saw Jake Tapper yesterday talk about how it's a reporter's job to ask questions and challenge things. I'm sure he's booking you on the show this afternoon to talk about this, yes?
So I haven't gotten that call, but, today's young. It's only 7:30. You never know.
He probably has you blocked on Twitter. All right, we'll leave it there. Congratulations. So proud of you. And I understand you're going to be co-hosting a couple of days coming up this month.
I'm so excited.
Excellent.